Good day, greeting students. I am very happy to meet you all again in grade 12 business studies. We are in chapter 12 consumer protection, and in the previous session we have discussed various acts that ensures consumer protection and what are the purposes they serve. And we have discussed about the 6 important consumer rights given by the Consumer Protection Act 1986, which is the most important consumer protection act. Okay, the acts, out of all the acts that we have discussed regarding consumer rights, this is the most important act that we have discussed, which is the CPA 1986. So it gives 6 different rights to consumers, like right towards safety and right to be informed, right to choose, right to be heard, right to seek redressal, and right to consumer education. In this session, we are going to discuss about the consumer responsibilities. So everything cannot be from the point of view of business and judiciary system. As consumers, we also have certain responsibilities to be followed, because at the end of previous session, we finished with a high note that consumers should take part in this properly to ensure the success of all these acts that has been formed by the judiciary system. So it is essential for us to know what are the consumer responsibilities, so that we can make the consumer protection acts successful. So we are going to discuss about the consumer responsibilities. So meanwhile, while we are traveling through this lesson, we will discuss a consumer court case also. So a consumer should keep in mind the following things while purchasing, using and consuming goods and services. What are the various things means? Be aware about various goods and services available in the market, so that an intelligent and wise choice can be made. So first responsibility is that we need to be aware enna goods irukku, enna services irukku, yaar adha supply பண்றாங்க அப்படிங்கற மாதிரி information இருக்கணும். Then only you can go for the choice of the goods or services. So first point is that you have to have the awareness about the goods and services available in the market. Next, buy only standardized goods. Buy only standardized goods. Goods எப்படி இருக்கணும்? It should be of good standards. You should look into the hallmark, UGMark, ISI, Central Silk Boards mark, Silk mark, இந்த மாதிரி various approved marks, standardized marks should be taken into account. We need to buy only standardized products. ஏன் அப்படின்னா for our safety. Right to safety ன்னு சொல்றோம்னா we should know what is safe. So we should know, then we should buy those products. இல்லையா? Unsafe products வாங்கிட்டு we cannot suffer or go and file a complaint against them. Fine? And then we have to learn about the risks involved. We need to follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. Follow manufacturer's ஒரு ஃபோன் வாங்குறோம் இல்லை ஒரு பேட்ரி வாங்குறோம் அப்படின்னா charge for 8 hours before first use ன்னு சொன்னால் you need to do that. You cannot simply take it and use and then there will be a problem. right? I agree to the terms and conditions. You should read the terms and conditions and then agree to it. அது இல்லாமல் சும்மா agree பண்ணிட்டு then we cannot go on fight there. Okay, store in a cool place or do not heat it and போட்டிருந்துச்சுன்னா do not heat it. Do not take it close to your eyes அப்படின்னா do not take close to your eyes. Keep away from children. It is your responsibility to do all these things. You need to handle the product safely. Okay, current நம்ம யூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம் அப்படின்னா you cannot use it with wet hands. Then of course you will get shock. ஸோ ப்ராடக்டை யூஸ் பண்ணுறதுக்கு கொடுத்துருக்கிற இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன்ஸை நம்ம ப்ராப்பராக ஃபாலோ பண்ணணும். The next thing is that we need to read labels carefully so as to have information about prices, net weights, expiry date, manufacturer. அது எதுவுமே பார்க்காம வரக்கூடாது இல்லையா? when you buy things you need to look into the expiry date. இப்போதான் நமக்கு அந்த அவேர்னஸ் வந்திருக்கு that when you buy medicines we need to look into the expiry date. It is not only for medicines, for any product. இப்போ நம்ம வெளியில் அப்ளை பண்ணுற ஒரு க்ரீம் வாங்குகிறோம் அப்படின்னா there will be there best use or use beforeனு போட்டிருக்கும். you need to follow that. அந்த யூஸ் பிஃபோரை தாண்டி யூஸ் பண்ணிவிட்டு when you get some allergy, who is answerable? Isn't it? So those kind of things should be read and noticed properly. You need to have those informations. அதில் ஏதாவது ஃப்ரீ போட்டிருக்குன்னா நம்ம தான் பார்த்து நம்ம போய் வாங்கணும். Okay, not intended for sale alone, not for retail sale அப்படின்னா you should ask. It is not for retail sale, then why are you selling it retail? அப்படி இருக்கிற ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ் விலை கம்மியாக இருக்குன்னு நம்ம வாங்கவே கூடாது. So that is one of the important responsibilities that you should not involve in black marketing. சரி, இதில் விலை கம்மியாக இருக்குங்கிறதுக்காக நான் வாங்கக்கூடாது. Fine. Assert yourself to ensure that you get a fair deal. கொடுக்குற காசுக்கு ப்ராப்பராக தான் வருதுங்கிறத நம்ம புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். we need to make sure that because we are the kings, we have the power. அங்கே என்ஷூர் பண்ணாமல் நான் போய் கன்சியூமர் ப்ரொடெக்ஷன் ஆக்டில் கேஸ் ஃபைல் பண்ணுறேன்னா it won't work out that way. Fine. And then be honest in your dealings. ஏற்கனவே சொன்ன மாதிரி no black marketing. விலை கம்மியாக இருக்குங்கிறதுக்காக don't buy certain things. Okay, be honest. Don't involve in any kind of malpractices because you are encouraging them. இப்போ தியேட்டருக்கு போகிறோம், டிக்கெட் இல்லைன்னா we need to get back. இந்த பிளாக்ல டிக்கெட் வாங்கிட்டு போகிறோம் இல்லையா, that itself is a black marketing and you are encouraging it. அந்த டிக்கெட்டை நீங்கள் போய் கன்சியூம் பண்ணுறப்போ you are encouraging it. One day when nobody is going to buy black tickets அப்படின்னா who will sell it again? They won't sell it again, isn't it? Since there are people who are buying it, since there is a demand, only this black marketing, smuggling, everything happens just because we are encouraging it. நம்ம என்னைக்கு அதை ஸ்டாப் பண்ணுறோமோ that day it is done. Okay, finish. It will get over. That is why we say that consumers should be aware. We should have a strong hand in all these things. We should be responsible towards these things. Okay, then we need to ask for a receipt, cash memo. Tax purpose அது இதுன்னு சொல்லவே கூடாது. ask for a cash memo, ஒரு ரெசிப்டோ இன்வாய்ஸோ ஏதோ இருக்கணும். without nothing you cannot have a proof of purchase. நீங்கள் வாங்கியிருக்கீங்கிறதுக்கே அங்கே ப்ரூஃப் இல்லையே. So usually when we buy things, durable goods with EMI, usually நம்ம எந்த ப்ராடக்ட் வாங்கினாலும் we get a receipt. பட் இஎம்ஐயில் வாங்குறப்போ அந்த ரெசிப்ட் எங்கே இருக்கும் அப்படின்னா it will be handed over to the insurance that company. நம்ம யார்கிட்டேருந்து இஎம்ஐ அவைல் பண்ணியிருக்கோமோ அந்த ஃபினான்ஸ் கம்பெனிக்கு நம்மளோட ரெசிப்ட் அவங்க கையில் இருக்கும். ரெசிப்டோ இன்வாய்ஸோ அவங்க கையில் இருக்கும். மீன்ஸ் யூ ஷுட் ஹாவ் சம் சார்ட் ஆஃப் ப்ரூஃப். அது ஒரு ஃபோட்டோவோ இல்லை அதோட காப்பியோ, ஒரிஜினல் அவங்கக்கிட்ட இருந்தால் காப்பி உங்ககிட்ட இருந்தால் ஓகே. and once you finish paying that EMI and the product oda full ownership ungalku varum illaya, at that time there would be a no objection letter to be given by these finance companies. நம்மளோட interest payment முடிச்சிட்டோம், installments முடிச்சிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா there will be an NOC given, letter of credit or no objection certificate னு இருக்கும். that should be given by that finance company from where you have availed that loan. அப்படின்னா என்ன, hereafter if you want to resell it or if you want to transfer the ownership to someone else, only after paying your installments you can do that. இப்போ நான் ஒரு டிவி வாங்கினேன், ஓகே, ஸோ அதோட EMI வந்து சே 6 monthsன்னு வச்சுக்கலாம். ஸோ வித்தின் தட் 6 months I cannot transfer the ownership. நான் அவங்களுக்கு கொடுத்துட்டேன், இனிமேல் அவங்க தான் EMI கட்டணும்னு நான் சொல்லவே முடியாது. நான் கொடுத்துட்டாலும் அதோட ஓனர்ஷிப் எங்கே இருக்கிறதா தான் அர்த்தம், I am responsible for the property. அந்த அசர்ட்டுக்கு, அந்த டியூரபிள் குட்க்கு நான் தான் ரெஸ்பான்சிபிள். ஸோ ஒன்லி ஆஃப்டர் திஸ் நோ அப்ஜெக்ஷன் சர்டிஃபிகேட் கம்ஸ் யூ கேன் பை இட். அதே மாதிரி இப்போ நீங்கள் ரீசேலில் ஒரு கார் வாங்குறீங்க அப்படின்னா யூ நீட் டு ஆஸ்க் ஃபார் திஸ். இது இஎம்ஐயில் வாங்கியிருக்கீங்களா, ஷோ மீ த நோ அப்ஜெக்ஷன் சர்டிஃபிகேட். யூ நீட் டு கெட் இட் இன் யோர் ஹேண்ட். இல்லை அப்படின்னா தென் த ஓனர்ஷிப் does not get completely transferred to you. So this should be taken into account. So cash memo in the madri no objection certificate it is essential. Understood? Then file a complaint in any appropriate consumer forum. ஒரு problem இருக்குன்னு தெரிஞ்சா you need to file for it. You cannot keep quiet. ஐயோ இந்த ப்ராடக்ட் சரியில்லையே நான் விட்டுட்டு உட்காரக்கூடாது. You need to verify the expiry date. Within expiry date, if the product is not of quality, now you have to register a complaint. Okay, because as a responsible consumer, when you take that step, there might be many other consumers who will not take that step. யாரோ ஒருத்தருக்காக நீங்கள் எடுக்கிற ஸ்டெப்பாக இருக்கும், அதை நீங்கள் நோட்டிஃபை பண்ணணும். தட் சச் அ மால் ப்ராக்டிஸ் இஸ் ஹேப்பனிங். நம்ம ஒரு கடைக்கு போகிறோம், அங்கே வெயிட் வந்து கம்மியாக இருக்குது, எனக்கு கரெக்டாக போட்டாங்க, இன்னொருத்தருக்கு கரெக்டாக போடலை அப்படின்னா ஐ ஹாவ் எவ்ரி ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி அண்ட் ரைட் டு நோட்டிஃபை தட். அவங்க கவனிக்கலை, அவங்க தெரியல, எனக்கு கரெக்டாக இருக்குப்பா அப்படின்னு நான் விடக்கூடாது. Fine, because I am also a consumer and that person is also a consumer. அவங்களுக்கு நடக்கிறது நாளைக்கு எனக்கும் நடக்கும். Fine. So whatever amount it is, whether it is less, whether it is more, அப்படின்லாம் பார்க்காம ஒரு ரூபா தானே 2 ரூபா தானேன்ட்டு இல்லாமல் it should be taken care of. 1 rupee from 100 consumers make 100 rupees இல்லையா? So that should not be allowed. That should be taken care of. Okay, we need to make sure that this works. We need to file a complaint if we have faced any sort of problems. Okay, then we can form redressal groups. Consumer societies. ஒரு cooperative society மாதிரி the consumers are in a society where we play an active part in educating the consumers about their rights. Okay, consumer education can be given. And last, we need to respect the environment. We cannot litter the environment, so we need to protect the environment. நம்ம ஏதோ வாங்குறோம் அப்படின்னா eco friendly papers கிடைக்குது or eco friendly things இருக்குன்னா we can buy that. தேவையில்லாத பொருள்லாம் we should not throw it on the road. அது கண்டிப்பாக non recyclable தெரிஞ்சால் we need to throw it in the dustbin. We cannot simply throw it out. So all this is our responsibility. Fine. Take care of environment and its resources. So water waste poduna closing it, it's even a responsibility only that we have on our shoulders. Fine. So what are the various responsibilities that we need to have? We should be aware of what are the goods and services available in the market. We should buy only standardized products, look for the standardized marks. Then we need to follow the manufacturer's instructions clearly. Adukku da instruction panel la onu kudukranga, they give you a pamphlet, but we don't follow all these things, right? But we should follow. Fine. And we should read the label carefully. அதோட எக்ஸ்பைரி டேட், அதோட ப்ரைஸ், அதை பற்றின விஷயங்கள் நம்ம தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும். And that is, you should stay well aware, you should stay well educated about your product. Then we should make sure we get a fair deal, be honest, no malpractices should be done. Producer or supplier mattu illama, being a consumer, we should also not take part in these, so that we don't encourage all these things. And then we should ask for a cash memo, and we should file a complaint if at all we face that there is a problem, and form redressal consumer societies to educate the consumers. Finally, we need to be careful about our environment. We should not spoil the environment. So the consumers awareness about their rights and responsibilities. Nama last session la consumer rights paathom. This session we discussed about the consumers responsibilities. The awareness about both the things will ensure the success of the Consumer Protection Act. Okay. Next topic that we are going to discuss is the ways and means of consumer protection. Ennallam pannalam, how can you protect the consumers? Ways and means of ways and means of consumer protection. What are we supposed to do? There are various ways in which the objective of consumer protection can be achieved. So far we have discussed about what is consumer protection, what are the things we have to do in relation with that, and all those things. Now we are going to discuss about the ways and means of consumer protection. How to do this, how to achieve it அப்படின்னா, there are various ways, and we are going to discuss them one by one. First we are going to discuss self-regulation by business. Customer care, all these kinds of things. So the business firms realize that they want to be in long run, they need to satisfy the consumers. They should have a good target market. Consumers cheat pannona, the concern, the organization cannot work in the long run. So what we have to do? We need to take care of the consumers. We know the consumers' rights and responsibilities. So enna pannom, socially responsible firms follow ethical standards and practices in dealing with their consumers. So socially responsible firms follow ethical. In the previous year in standard 11, grade 11, you have discussed about business ethics. So we have to follow these ethical values. Ethical standards and practices. We should not exploit avanga or ethica vechirukanga. Fine. So they have set up their customer service and grievance cells. So they have their own customer care number, many organizations have. There are very few organizations that do not have such things. Okay, next we have the business associations. Business a group of business organizations under a particular association is called business associations. So நம்ம chamber of commerce ன்னு சொல்றோம். Then CBSE க்கு ஒரு ரூல் இருக்கு. So that schools affiliated to that have to follow certain rules ன்னு இருக்கு இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி certain associations are there to protect consumer rights. Like what? So the associations of trade, commerce and business, like Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce, நம்ம சொன்ன மாதிரி Chamber of Commerce, Confederation of Indian Industries, Indian Medical Associations, they have laid down their code of conduct which lay down for their members the guidelines in their dealings with their customers. So இந்த organizations நம்மக்கிட்ட அஃபிலியேட் ஆகிருக்கிற ஆர்கனைசேஷன்ஸ் இப்படியான ரூல்ஸ் தான் ஃபாலோ பண்ணுறோன்னு நம்ம சொல்கிறோம் இல்லையா. ஐ ஆம் அஃபிலியேட்டட் டு சிபிஎஸ்இ மீன்ஸ் வாட் எவர் சிபிஎஸ்இ சேஸ் த ஸ்கூல் ஹேஸ் டு ஃபாலோ. அந்த மாதிரி when we are affiliated or when we are certified by a certain institution, NABARD or NABET, அது மாதிரி எதுலையாவது இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷனில் ஏதோ ஒரு அசோசியேஷனில் when we are a member or when we are trying to be a member, we certainly follow certain rules. கண்டிப்பாக நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுறோம், we follow certain guidelines. They set guidelines to be followed by the members of such associations. So these make sure that consumer rights are protected. Okay, then consumer awareness, very importantly we have is the consumer should be aware of their rules and role, their rights, relief, redressal way, consumer protection act na enna, what are the 3-tier machineries, எங்கே போய் நான் அப்ளை பண்ணணும், இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கிறது எல்லாமே வந்து consumer awareness. The ability to raise the voice, the knowledge or information about rights and responsibilities. போதும், it covers everything. This covers all the things that we have discussed. Okay, the rights, responsibilities, everything comes under this. And more than that, an understanding of his responsibilities. As we discussed, rights and responsibilities are essential. The Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India has been undertaking the campaign Jago Grahat Jaho Do through multimedia awareness, brand awareness அப்படினு ஒரு program மாதிரி வரும். They say that this brand is very good and it is certified by certain organization. So சொல்றாங்க இல்லையா, அது எதுக்கு? To verify that consumer are aware, to make sure that consumer are aware of the goods and services and their rights and responsibilities. என்ன இருந்தாலும் அவங்களுக்கு தெரியணும் இல்லையா, that these are my rights and responsibilities. அது யார் நமக்கு சொல்லித்தரா? The Consumer Affairs of Government of India does that work. Understood? Next, the consumer organizations. We said no, we can form consumer societies and consumer organizations. Such organizations also make sure that consumer protection is enabled and ensured. What is the next one? Consumer consumer organizations. Like what? They play an important role in educating consumers. What role they play? They educate consumers about their rights and protect them from exploitation. So what do? They make sure that they are aware of their rights so that they do not get exploited by others. Okay, the organizations can force business firms to avoid malpractices and exploitation of consumers. These organizations, which organizations? These consumer organizations can make sure that the business firms are not exploiting consumers or they do not involve in any sort of malpractices. Okay. The last but definitely not the least is government. What role does government play in this? It can protect their roles, but what to say, through various programs, various methodologies that they follow. Okay, the government has set up a toll-free national consumer helpline number for this purpose. எப்படி ஒவ்வொரு ஆர்கனைசேஷனுக்கும் ஒவ்வொரு கன்சியூமர் கேர் நம்பர் இருக்கும், அதே மாதிரி the government has a common number which is the national consumer helpline number, which is toll-free. Toll-free na? No charges. Okay, it is given toll free consumer helpline numbers. Okay, the legal framework of India encompasses various legislations which provide protection. So these legal jurisdictions in the previous session we saw, right? The 10 different acts, the CPA, இதெல்லாம் set up பண்ணது work பண்ணுறது எப்படின்னா through the government. This act provides for a 3-tier machinery. எந்த actமா? CPA 1986. Which act? CPA 1986. So it has set up a legal framework by providing various rules and acts. Okay, so thus there are 5 different ways and means of consumer protection that we have discussed in this session. What are they? Self-regulation by business, அவங்கள சரி பண்ணிக்கிறது. Being socially responsible, அவங்களோட கன்சியூமர்ஸ்க்கு நல்ல ப்ராடக்ட் தான் கொடுக்கணுங்கிற ஒரு ஃப்ரேம்வொர்க் அவங்க மைண்டில் இருக்கிறது. Then the customer service, they are concentrating on that. Business associations set guidelines for their members so that consumer protection is ensured. Consumers are made aware about their rights and responsibilities. Consumer organizations are set up to educate the consumer, and then finally government takes various steps to ensure the consumer are protected from exploitation. They have toll-free helpline numbers, and they have a wide legal framework which has a wide scope also. Out of the rules and acts discussed, the most important act is the Consumer Protection Act 1986, okay, which has a 3-tier machinery. What are the 3 different levels அப்படினா? The district forums, the state commissions and the national commissions. So at any level we can go and register our complaints and look for redressals and reliefs. So in the next session we will be discussing about the redressals that can be given, who can file a complaint, and what can be the complaint, on whom we can file a complaint, what are the reliefs available, what does this 3-tier machinery do. All these things we will be discussing in the next session. So if at all you have any doubts, please feel free to reach me out and get your doubts clarified. And in the next session we are going to discuss specially about a case that has been filed by the parents of a boy who was admitted in hospital for a thyroid problem, and because of the negligence of the hospital, the child has to face a lot of medical issues, and hence the parents have claimed. So are the parents eligible to claim? What relief would they get? What relief did they get? And all those things we will be discussing in the next session along with the redressal and reliefs. So I hope you are getting aware about your rights and responsibilities as a consumer and the ethics that you all should have as businessmen. So this is a very important topic, and make sure that you have understood all the points. If at all you have any doubt, yes, of course, please feel free to reach me out and get your doubts clarified. Thank you, and may all have a wonderful day today.